Hello, this is Ty Anderson with OfficeDeveloper.net. In this video, I will show you how to perform a site collection backup and restoration using SharePoint 2010. Now, to back up a site collection, you can either use Central Administrator, which is what we're going to do in this demo, or you can also use Windows PowerShell to perform the same task. STS Admin that tool has been deprecated, so it's not recommended to use that, although it's still available. Anyways, we're going to do a site collection backup within Central Admin, so we'll go to the Backup and Restore section and perform a site collection backup. In the site collection backup page, we'll see the readiness. No site collection backup is in progress. The timer service is running. That's the SharePoint timer service, and it is required to be able to run backups. If you don't have it set to automatically run at startup, you'll want to go ahead into the service application inside of Windows Server and turn it on, and maybe even set it to turn on automatically and not manually. The site collection, I'm going to use the default site collection I have, and for the file location, I'll just type in the folder that I have for backups, and we'll say tyrant5.bak as my backup. There's no need for me to overwrite the existing file because, well, I know that there's nothing in that folder. Nothing there. But if there were that same file name, I would choose override existing file. Very self-explanatory. So I'll start the backup, and this won't take very long. We'll see that under readiness, a site collection backup is currently in progress, which should not be a surprise given that we just kicked it off. We can see the status of the current job, operations currently initializing. Here's our URL, the file name, no override, etc. We can see that the previous job succeeded, and I'm going to go ahead and refresh. And alright, so now no site collection backup is in progress. It looks like everything succeeded, and we're going to be very happy about this. Let's just check our backup. Great, we see that the backup exists. It's pretty small given nothing is in the site collection. So now that the backup is done and we have a good backup, what I want to do is go back to the actual site collection and just do something to change it, like add a task, just to show that when we do the restoration, just so you can see that it worked. So we'll do sample task and leave everything as it is and just hit save. Okay, great. Now we have a task, and what I want to do now is we'll do the backup. In the backup, there's not a tool inside of Central Administrator for site collection restoration. Did I say backup? I meant restoration. So to do a restore, we're actually going to have to use the Windows PowerShell, which is found in the Start menu and All Programs, Microsoft SharePoint 2010 Products, and what we want is the SharePoint 2010 Management Shell, which is really PowerShell. Okay, now that we have the command prompt open and ready for us, what we need to do now is take a look at the restore-sp site command that we'll use. And what I have is a script. So file, open. I have everything all ready for us in my scripts.txt file. So let's look at this just real quick. The command is this. So it's restore-sp site with the identity where you set the site collection, which in our case will be, here's my script that we're actually going to use down below. So identity, in this case, it's your site collection's URL. So for me, it's tyrant5. Next, you'd set your path to the backup file. So we use the path parameter followed by the actual file path to my backup file. And then other parameters, so I don't need, they're optional. So like database server, database name, host header, force, and gradual deleting verbose. Those are all optional, don't have to be used. Database server, specified a database server and database name, particularly if your SQL server is on a different server, which in my case it's not, it's the same server. So in that case you'd use database server to specify the server name of your database server, and then specify the database name for the content database name. Also, if you have a different host header that you want to use, in this case we are going to use the force command that will force the restoration process to overwrite the existing site collection that's already in existence. Perfect for when you're overwriting the site collection based off of a backup. Gradual delete will gradually overwrite using the timer versus just doing a full overwrite immediately. And verbose providing, if enabled, providing more information as to what actually occurs during the restoration process. So let's go ahead and grab, I'm going to copy and paste this command into my management PowerShell. Say paste, and we'll go ahead and run it. So, are you sure you want to perform this site action? I am, so I'll just say yes. And it will go ahead and run. Okay, that's it. It's done. Obviously, if there was more data, it'd probably take a little bit longer. Let's now go back over to the site collection and check it out just to make sure that we have no data now due to the restoration of a blank site collection. So let's head back over to the tasks item that we had open, or the tasks library, and I'll hit refresh and we should see this go away. There, we want to requery. And voila! We have no tasks. So what we did here was we overwrote. Well, first we backed up a blank site collection, and then we changed it to have a little task just for a little dramatic effect, just to show some demo magic. And so then on the restore, we restored a site collection that was blank on top of the site collection that had one task into it. Now, as you can see, it was successful because we have no tasks. Again, when doing the backups, you do it from the backup central admin inside of the backup and restore section, where you have the perform a site collection backup, and you can back that up using the SharePoint central admin tools, or you can use the SharePoint 2010 management shell and do the same thing. Unfortunately, for restoration, you only have the SharePoint 2010 management shell available for restoring a site collection. There are no tools or commands inside of the central admin tool that allow you to do that. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.